Hello everyone, this is Mystic Veteran, and I am coming to you with a weekly reading. This will be a tarot reading, not an oracle reading, but it pretty much had the same effect. I realized in the last video that I had done 3 cards for 3 weeks, and we're actually in the 3rd week right now. So that's why I only pulled 1 card for the final week of May. So the last or 3rd card in the last video is actually still valid. So this card is just for the final week of May. And I'm also using a new deck called the Wildwood Tarot. And this deck did not come with a booklet, so I had to research it on the internet since it's fairly new. But most of the cards are self-explanatory. And then I pulled a couple cards from my Rebel deck Oracle game. So we'll go over the Oracle game for fun, and then we'll get into the tarot card. So, I pulled as a scenario, I am obsessing about my own shit. Blank will help me get over myself. And then I pulled 3 answers, and I'll give you a few minutes to choose which 3 that you want. Or I should say, pick one of the 3 that you want. If you picked number 1, peanut butter cups is your answer. I am obsessing about my own shit. Peanut butter cups will help me get over myself. If you picked card number 2, not spending my entire paycheck on shit I don't need. Very valid, especially if you got a stimulus check. And if you picked the answer number 3, mermaids, fairies, and unicorns. And this falls under the category of fantasy, and it's always good to read about fantasy, research fantasy, or even watch videos on fantasy to get over your own shit. So, those are the answers, and I will put these away, and we will go over the tarot card. So here we pulled, let me get out of the glare, is the Seer. And the Seer is akin to the High Priestess in like a Rider-Waite regular tarot deck. And this is a tarot deck too, but they use different images and maybe different names. And sometimes they have like actual meaning of the card on it. This one is one of the major arcana cards. And that's usually when those pop up, it's a big deal. So the Seer, like the High Priestess, is about wisdom, intuition, intelligence, creativity, and emotions. And if you see her right now, she's wearing like what looks like a cloak of owl feathers. She has a bowl of a cauldron or bowl, stone bowl of water that she's looking into, kind of meditating. She's got that look on her face like she's in the zone. She's got a staff with probably a bag of trinkets, and there's runes and symbols everywhere. She's wearing a robe that has a bunch of animals on it. And she's standing in front of what looks like to be the world tree, which is, you know, part of Nordic mythology. It's kind of cool if you research it and look it up. And she is kind of thinking. So she is an emotional character, but she has balance of her emotions. She uses her mind to balance her emotions. So it's more like mind over heart than heart over mind. And she has the wisdom of nature and animals. And she actually in the High Priestess card, most time you see is a woman with a crown surrounded by moons, maybe some feathers. And she doesn't look like she's too in tune with nature. High Priestess is also considered a witch or a priestess. And the seer is another form of witch, kind of like the shaman, and that's like her exact opposite. And she's usually paired with the shaman, who's also the hierophant in other tarot. And so next week, or the end of May, we should be using our intuition. Things are slowly starting to open up. Some states may be opening out completely, but it's best to use our intuition, use our gut feeling, and do what we feel is right. Whether you feel like just, I don't know, going outside and not wearing a mask and not social distancing, that's on you. But it's your choice, freedom of choice. But use your intuition to guide you to feel what's right. If something someone says doesn't feel right, then don't do it, obviously. But if it's, if it's like the CDC or the WHO urging you not to do something or to do something, it wouldn't hurt you to do it. I mean, worst case scenario, you did it for nothing, but as long as it doesn't hurt you, what's the harm, right? So, sorry, my stomach's growling, digesting. So next week, be cautious, use your mind, not just use your gut, but also use your mind and make smart choices when things are starting to open up again. Here we're going through, I think, our second phase. First, it was the parks. So nature is going to be, all the parks are going to be opening back up. So when you're going to the park, going back into nature, be smart, call ahead of time. Make sure it's not too crowded. Make sure there's a parking spot available. Make sure you take your mask and hand sanitizer with you per the rules. That was actually the guidelines. I don't say it's rules, more like guidelines. But when you go out back to the parks, because they may be packed full of people who've been stuck inside for months. So, and when they start opening up restaurants, adhere to their rules. They may only allow so many people in, and if they say you can't come in without a mask, well, you can't go in without a mask. So just try to be smart about stuff. Use your gut or your intuition. Keep your emotions in check. It may be emotional times still because people are fighting against each other. The virus is dividing people. Some people are saying, yes, follow the rules. Other people are saying, no, don't follow the rules. And others are like, this is infringement on our rights. It's whatever. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for your family. If you feel like it's not listening to the government or to whatever, whatever they're saying to do, then that's on you. Definitely, consequences are always on you. What you choose to decide. I can't say yay or nay. I can't tell you what to do. That's up to you. But there's reasons why rules and laws are put into place. Yes, there is a form of control there, but also usually an idiot did something and that's why they passed some rule or law, because some idiot did something and caused some kind of harm. If obviously don't do anything that would harm yourself or others. I do not condone that. But on that note, I'm going to make this simple and wrap it up. If this made any sense or you could relate to it anyway, please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up if you can, if you want. And I will see you in June. Have a good one. Oh yeah, stay safe.